All right, Shalom. This is Brother Kaya from the GMS Louisiana Saints coming back at you with another quick hit. Prior to getting started, as I always do, I like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Shemir Kakwadash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to the Akim that's what to the Akim that's watching the truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, this video will be edifying first and foremost to the hopeful elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And this was a little quick hit. I'm gonna just get into a blind panic, all right? Because the world is under attack from the fear of the unknown, all right? Chiefly the elites, all right? Because I watched the snippet that the brother put in the WhatsApp or whatnot that the brother made concerning through their looking glasses, but the end thereof of the looking glass, it all equals up to the same. See that number, all right? One thing about math, or the math, which is the truth in the Hebrew, all right? The numbers can never not, end up, a negative number gonna end up positive, and a positive number gonna always end up negative, meaning the end is gonna always be the end. But the blind panic that the wicked elites have is that they have no control over what's going to hinder them from pretty much, getting to their ultimate goal. And that's an issue. That's a roadblock, all right? That's a thorn in their flesh, man. Because the only one thing they can't control, they need control of, all right? When you in a position of power, possibilities, that's not the no possible. What's the possibility if a possibility arise that can't be pretty much handled? All right, that becomes a problem. All right, because and one thing about a person in power, all right, they're known for their solutions, not problems. All right, meaning they have a way to curve the thing that's in front of them. But the Lord, let me get this real quick. Let's start it off with this. And again, I ain't going to be long. It's just through the spirit. This is Daniel 5. and 25. And this is the writing that was written. Mene, tekel upharsin. This is the interpretation of the thing. Mene, God had numbered thy kingdom and finished it. All right, yeah, because it tell you in unbelieving Job that the number of her months is fulfilled within her. All right. And tekel, thou art weighed in the balance and found wanting, because the whore is she that have lived in pleasures while she lived. All right. Meaning what? She had all the things that she wanted and desired, but found weighed in the balance, meaning the Lord have judged it. All right. Because balances are scales. All right. And it says thy kingdom is divided, and that's what's going to happen. Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians, and the Lord gonna bring up a strong man from far to pretty much chastise and bring judgment upon this place, man. That the number that thy number be kingdom. I mean that the kingdom is numbered and it finished it. All right, so it has to be finished because it already been numbered. All right, and that's why the elites are coming down with their mandates. They're coming out with the new, the bird flu. All right, they're coming out with all these different pestilence and plagues. All right, on things to pretty much what get their last little hoorah out of the things that they need to do prior to their kingdom shutting down, man. All right, this is Salaki. This is they know the end has come. Let me get that. Because the Lord promised that he cut them off in the midst of their months. It's Job 21 and 21. It says, for what pleasure had he in his house after him when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? See, and then the people, okay, who had their enterprise set up in their minds, what's happening in this, the walls are caving in. All right, they can see the house falling through or the house is dropping through. All right, because what they didn't consider was the end of the matter. All right, they consider within the realms of what they thought about, and they went forward with the years, like, oh, by this time this should be completed. But they never considered that the hand of the Lord wrought all things, okay, and that they're working in His will on His time. It says, "For what pleasure had He in His house after Him, when the number of His months is cut off in the midst, man?" Because in Revelation, I'm gonna start at Revelation 18. I'm gonna start at 7. It says, "How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her." Because again, she's settled on her lees. That she is the whore that sitteth upon many waters, all right, which is America, Babylon. It says, "For she had said in her heart, I sit as a queen, I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow." But again, in the midst of their months, they're gonna see that sorrow. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine." See, it's gonna happen quick. So what's happening? The grip, the the power that's in their hands, the grip is slipping. All right, and they know. All right, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. And the biggest grip, I mean, the biggest reason that they knew that their kingdom was in jeopardy is when that great awakening happened. All right, that's when the what that exceeding strong army of Israelites men started to what stand on their feet. All right, and after they stood on their feet, they became what a strong army as you have today. Of the men what bringing a covering cast over the lies, man. All right, it says, "And she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is Yahweh thy power who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning." It's the point. Standing afar for the fear of her torment, saying, "Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come." See, the judgment of the whore is going to be real quick, man. All right. And believe it or not, the wicked elites, they got hope for salvation, man. Not from our Lord, but they think they can save themselves, man, through their space force and different things of that nature, but not so. All right, so that's why again, there's a blind panic that has overtaken the wicked, man. All right, because 2/3 of our people, they don't know what's coming. They just in a way. All right, this is Jeremiah 3:23. It says, "Truly in vain, so like it, is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of the mountains. Truly in Yahweh our power is the salvation of Israel." See, they know that it's a dark time coming for them, man. It's a cutoff period. All right, so their enterprise, which their intent is to what, put all of the world under one or one world government, all right, to rule over the people, and ultimately what fulfill the enterprise, man, and sit as God. You see, but that's in vain is salvation hope from the hills, man, and from the multitude of mountains. So from the lower of the heathen, all right, to the upper echelon and the elites of the heathens, hey, it's not, man. There's no salvation coming for y'all, man. So with the opposite of salvation, there's death, man. All right, so there's a great fear for the torment that's gonna be America, man. All right, and again, they know it. You know, they have a clear cut meeting. I mean, they clearly know what's going on. All right, this is Blind panic. It says in that moment of blind panic, your heart pounding. Because if you can actually see, that's why I got the picture of the man who actually looking out the blinds. He can see, all right, but he actually got eyes to see, but he can't really perceive, okay, the notion of what's gonna behold, the downfall of this kingdom, man. All right, he can't see it. He can't perceive it. Because that's one thing to look at something, but there's a whole nother meaning to perceive it. And that's why they can't get that in Daniel. That's why I started off with that. Hey, the kingdom is numbered. All right. It says in that moment of blind panic, your heart pounding, shortness of breath, intense and overwhelming feelings of fear for no apparent reason, quickly followed by endless cycles of ruminating thoughts and catastrophic worrying, man. You see? The fear which makes you act without thinking, man. They already have declared their lives to be tedious and short, all right, and wisdom of Solomon too. So they, again, when the state that the least in there, because the pressure is on all sides, man. All right, they are unable or unwilling to understand or discern because they're not capable of doing so. All right, they want to see or they want to upset on prophecy. All right, but you gotta not have discernment to go towards trying to upset prophecy, man. Me and the elder was talking earlier this morning when we saw some chariots and different things by the moon, and we just was running it. We went into basically saying how E is pretty much lost in the sauce, man. All right, like he don't have a clue. He's completely clueless, man. Cause I know I told him, I was like, hey, if he had any integrity, he'd turn over this kingdom, man, and give it to who rightfully it is. All right, but hey, we all know how that story gonna end. And the elder was like, yeah, he gonna go as far as physically trying to war with the Lord over it. You know, even though he gonna be in dire straits, you you know, trouble on every side. You think the wise men that he have around him, one of them men would tell him, look, man, let's just, give him, hey, look, man, let's just give it up, man. Let's just let it go. All right, let's not try to keep and continuously trying to battle the Lord, man. The elder said that they wise men gonna be the same ones hiding underground hiding, man. You know? So again, him and all his stargazing prognosticators, his whole entire entourage done lost their damn minds, man. All right. And that's why they can't rationalize in their thoughts because the Lord have spared their thoughts up, man. All right, because when you need to think, your thoughts need to be settled, okay, so you can think clearly. All right, your thoughts need to be settled so you can think clearly. As a matter of fact, let me get that in Wisdom of Solomon, and again, I'll probably get out of there with this. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 17. All this is good, but I'll just try to get to the point. All this is good, man. You know what? I'll just start reading. This was in the Solomon 17. 17. For greater thy judgments and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness and fettered with the bonds of a long night, laid their exile from eternal providence. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, They were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance. No power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night. And that's what's coming. Remember, he said, yea, he have left the day of evil for the wicked, man. All right, in Proverbs 16:4. Okay, it says, and again, they're not going to be able to escape what's coming. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than a sight they saw not. As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting and wisdom was reproved with disgrace. For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. Because again, they have had to peep under the illusion of fear the entire time on the earth, man. All right? Not considering that their latter end is going to be the most fearful time ever known to man for them. That's why they say the rocks and the mountains fall on us, man. You're not scared and feared out you're going to have to be. That the scriptures speak about, that they hide in the rocks and the mountains, which represents the, the mountains and the hills, but chiefly the mountains, all right, the upper echelon. It says, for though no terrible thing they feared them, yet being scared with beasts that pass by, hissing of serpents, they died for fear, denying that they saw the error which could of no side be avoided. And that's what's happening, right? No side can be avoided, man. We see through a dark cloud clearly, but, they can't. So no matter how they try to shape up the future, all right, it's already, the Lord already likened his judgment into a ring. And one thing about a ring, when you go around in a circle, it always gets back to its end, meaning it always meets back up. In other words, whatever lined up for this place, all right, there's no way to deny it. It's inevitable, all right? You can't shape the inevitable. It says, for wickedness, condemned by her own witness, is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience, always forecasted grievous things. Because now, see, the minds of the elites, they're forecasting grievous things. That's why they got the Space Force getting ready. They arming themselves up because they understand, like, look, we have put ourselves in position, okay, to try the arm of the Lord. They know they bugged out, but can't help themselves, all right? They bugged out and just continuing to be bugged out by continuously trying to think of a strategy, all right, to battle our Lord, okay? Like how, whew, man, people minds is gone, man. Especially the wicked. It says, for fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succorers which reason it offer. And that's nothing to reason with themselves. They know they can't offer, the Lord don't offer them salvation. Salvation is not offered to them, man. So there's nothing else but they have betrayed the succorers, which means the help. All right, there's no help for them. Okay, you can only hurt a wicked man's expectation. His expectations is hurt. It says, in the expectation for within being less, counted the ignorance more than a cause which bringeth the torment. Yeah, the lack of knowledge of knowing what's going to even hurt this bitch, man. All right, ignoring what the cause is. Okay, the cause is why they get judged is because of their wickedness, man. All right, but they don't have no fear, fearless. All right, without fear towards the Lord, which you have to have fear for. Okay, but the elect, get that 1 John, we got it. We got the fear. Okay, 1 John 4:18, it says, there's no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. And one thing these people have, they don't have love. They don't have the fulfilling of the law inside them, because fear had torment, and that's what's going to happen, man. All right. That same fear is going to torment them, man. But he that feareth is not made perfect in love, and that's what happens, man. They fear death. They fear uh, being poor. They fear the judgment. They fear they don't fear the things that cause wisdom. They don't fear the Lord. All right, they fear being brought down. All right, out of power, man. That's why the Lord gonna judge them as such. But I would rather Zada was edifying, man. Till the next time I say shalom.